I'm so freaking excited. Today's the day. You guys, it is going to be the very first shakedown with the twin turbo F12. Not just Damon driving it for the first time and completely breaking the car. I am such an amateur. It's super embarrassing, and that was honestly a really hard video to put out. I was heartbroken after an amazing day of Mike and Shane and everybody's efforts to put this car together. I was excited, and I was like, can I drive it? Mike's, of course you can drive it. And so I got in the car and you saw what happened. Mike went out of his way, way out of his way, to get the part. The differential company has been basically sold or auctioned off.
They kind of went out of business, and then someone bought all the inventory, but they don't really know what parts they have. So
somewhere in a warehouse.
It was a big mix-up, yeah.
So he was trying to get the parts, and long story short, it was a headache, but he got it done, came in clutch, actually got the car just put back together. Huge shout out to this guy again. I just can't keep giving him enough props. Here we are, we're gonna fire this thing up. Mike has a few things with this car that he still wants to get dialed in. Mike's gonna quickly explain that to you guys now, and then we're just gonna get to it, you guys. Let's fire this thing up. Let's get some heat in the engine. We all wanna hear the twin turbo F12 under load, and I really want to slide this thing around and burn some X-Comp tires. So, and again, shout out to X-Comp for sending us tires so that we can do this, because you know what? One of the most expensive parts of drifting is the consumables.
Oh man, you go through so many tires when you're doing it right, and we're gonna go through a lot of tires. So yes, thank you, X-Comp. As Damon was saying, there are a few teething problems with the car. It's not things that we can't solve, it's the battery, it's the charging system. We've got 4 massive fans on this thing, plus an electric power steering pump that draws a ton of amperage. So we need to get a much bigger battery in this thing. If that fixes it, awesome. If not, a bigger dive in and a few days of work to get that dialed in. Overall, I think we're in a pretty good spot. Possibly need to go down on the spring rate, but we'll see if we need to do that in the rear. And that's because on a drift car, you're sliding it and you're not loading the tire the same way you would be going through a corner on a road race car or a street car. You're not putting that load into the tire, you're breaking the tire loose. So you're gonna need a softer spring and a more compliant shock to get that tire to grip the road better. So you have more side bite and you have more forward bite. Swap these springs out to different springs. We can revalve it. We have adjustable shock canisters here, so we have high speed, low speed.
It's pretty cool actually when you look at all this stuff, just the way that it's like, I love how you guys just zip tied it on there for now.
We got one clamp and then a zip tie, because we don't have the fenders on.
Oh yeah, this is a clamp.
Yep. So
I was looking at this. So that's pretty solid. It's on there. And you're saying you're not gonna touch these for now. It's really just a spring rate in the rear.
Yeah, so just kind of like moving the car around, it felt pretty good in the front, but we didn't have a lot of side grip in the rear. But we'll see how it goes. We might need to change the spring rates too. It's good to just have some other options, because when we go to different areas to do this, different surfaces require different amounts of grip. Having just a selection of a few springs makes a huge difference, especially on a car like this where we want to dial it in to just absolutely rip.
Let's put some heat in the engine and let's take this thing out for the very first freaking shakedown. I'm gonna grab some gear and we're about to have one hell of a video. It's either gonna go extremely good or it's gonna go extremely bad. I don't think there's gonna be anywhere in the middle. All right, time to fire the beast up, you guys. By the way, Mike's been putting all sorts of new stickers in here on the pad. I get excited because right here, bottom right, if you look, that's got squiggly tire marks. So what's that all about?
That's the button when you're ready to shred the tires off this thing. Shane got the Motec all programmed. So when you put that button on, when you put it in gear, it raises the idle and it gets ready to go into the attack mode to just destroy tires. So
let's go, attack mode. Let's go ahead and turn on the power. Boom, everything's gonna wake up. Hell yeah.
So to start it up, it's a basic, just the ignition, and then the start button.
Oh, I'm in the splash zone.
Are you in the splash zone, Tim? Tim's in the splash zone. Clear prop. Listen to that thing purr.
All right, so now we just gotta let it warm up. We gotta build up the oil temperature, the water temperature, and that helps. Once the engine gets warm, it transfers some of that heat into the gearbox. For the differential though, we'll have to just drive it around a little bit, get it all warmed up. You can feel the car out too, because
yeah, I'm so excited because I it the first night.
The first day you only drove it for this long.
I know. It was so quick and so over and so disappointing. It was honestly It was the worst thing to do at the end of an amazing day. Well, we're also gonna need some fuel.
Let's make sure this thing's topped off because she is thirsty.
There she goes. You can see it right here. All right, now it's...
Woo. You really want to start to get the feel of what it's like with the helmet on and understanding the circumference of this car, as well as when I do practice in the BMW, you're going to start wearing a helmet every time, because when you're wearing a helmet, it does change your peripheral vision a little bit. And on top of all that, I would not be driving my F12 without having a really good driving shoe. So shout out to our boys at Pelote, because I have my driving shoes on with a little heel action, because I do have a clutch pedal in this, and this is going to be requiring a lot of foot movement. I want to be able to feel the pedals, so I got my Pelotes on. And if I'm driving a Ferrari, I might as well wear my Ferrari helmet. This one goes all the way back. This is a Sebastian Vettel Singapore Grand Prix winning helmet design. I haven't been to many Grand Prix, but I have been to the Singapore one, which is pretty special. I got this helmet just because I liked it back when I built my 458 wide body car. So this was a replica helmet made over top of an actual Araya Motorsport helmet. It's not just a shell. This is it. I'm really excited. The first little drive, we're just gonna warm things up and then talk to Mike. And we're gonna kind of go back and forth between driving it for the first time and then escalating things to the tire shredding. We want to make sure that the car is not going to break and that I'm not doing any bad habits that Mike can pick up on. So
I'm gonna watch also and just see how the car moves. I can tell a lot just by looking at what the car is doing when he gives an input. If there's a lot of body roll, or if the front end is rolling or dipping under, braking. Obviously we're not going faster than about 60 or 70 miles an hour back here on the block, but there's a lot that you can still see about how the car moves if you have the experience to do so.
Like, first of all, the adrenaline dump. I'm just excited to be in this car. Like, very excited. It feels very smooth. Seatbelt time. Mike's giving me the approval to slide it around a little bit. So I'll probably just get a little momentum, clutch in, pull the handbrake, release the handbrake, then get back on the throttle.
Yeah, also warm up the tires a bit, right? Get some heat in the fronts, get some heat in the rears, just so it's consistent, so you know what's going to happen. We did clean the block a bit, but obviously it's still slippery out here. So,
what's the trick to warming up the front tires when I always see you guys doing the whole scrubbing thing? How do you do that?
Yeah, so you basically just drive forward and crank the wheel, and you'll create an understeer, and then you can give it a blip of throttle. It's a balance, right? You can give it a blip of throttle, and if you do it right, it'll light the rears up and rotate the car. If you don't do it right, if you're kind of lazy with it, it'll want to push the car even more. So, depending on what you do, obviously you put clutch in and e-brake if you need to rotate it.
Okay. Let's try not to screw this up. Oh, baby. Dude, it's so snappy.
It is crazy snappy.
damn! Oh my God, like honestly, this is the sickest car, dude.
Yeah.
You built the sickest car. Thank you.
Dude, obviously I just putted this thing around a bit, but the initial thought was like, holy crap, this car is so good.
It's so good.
It's so tight, like the steering inputs do exactly what you want it to do. The throttle is instant. It sounds insane. The way it looks when it moves even looks good. So, dude, it's an absolute beast of a machine is all I can say.
So am I doing okay with the scrubbing like I was?
Yeah, I think, let me check the temps real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, you've got some temperature in the tires now, so you can feel it out a little more.
Pick it up?
Yeah, just get an idea of what everything does and how you feel, and you know, pick up the pace as you feel like you should. We've got water temp is good, oil pressure is good, oil temperature is good, driver's good.
It's snappy. Driver's amazing, man. Driver's pumped up. Driving this absolute monster of a car today has been amazing. But we do need to thank today's sponsor because they've genuinely helped me become a better driver behind the wheel of all my cars and now this car. That means I need the proper footwear, and that is Pelote driving shoes. So thank you to Pelote for sponsoring today's video. All right, with 3 pedals, you guys, I'm going to be busy left foot braking, clutch kicking, and that's why the Pelote shoes that are ergonomically designed for the driver, rounded heel for that heel toe action, and all the pedal feel from the sole, yet comfortable to be worn all day. These are handmade in Portugal. I'm currently wearing the black on white, but listen up. I have a couple of my favorite colorways that I want to show you right now. Getting out of a race car, not so easy. But getting into your own pair of Pelotes with our discount, DDE VIP only 20, you can get into your own pair of one of these bad boys. This is the Drift, what I'm wearing. This is my favorite colorway, brown on tan. If you want to spice things up a little bit more along with your driving, you can get Tennessee Pine on white. And they have a whole bunch of other colorways, you guys. Go and click the link in description, get your Pelotes, and let's slay some tires. What started as a purely functional accessory worn by racers and drivers to improve control and grip in the pedal box has been refined over the decades into a versatile, fashion-forward alternative to everyday footwear, and that's where Pelote comes in. All right, you guys, go get your pair of Pelotes today, but get your own Pelotes, because these are my Pelotes. Get out of here.
Hell yeah.
Let's go.
So sick.
How am I doing?
Doing good. Doing really good. So yeah.
Dude. Oh.
Dude, it's really hard to explain. This car's obviously been so long in the making. This whole process of building the car through all these iterations, and now to have it the way it is right now, completed. I mean, it's not done yet, but it's driving and it's working really well. And I can't explain to you guys how the car actually feels. I want to get Damon's reaction because he obviously drives all kinds of insane supercars all the time, but this car is just something special and it's so unique.
I'm lost for words.
We'll wait for you to get out of the car after.
I'm lost for words.
Yeah.
Honestly, can I shut it down for a sec?
Yeah.
Just ignition?
Just ignition, that's it.
All right. Oh,
Yeah.
let me
Yeah, compose your thoughts.
let me just compose my thoughts and take this helmet off for a sec. Honestly, this is the moment.
yeah.
Oh man, it's like super emotional. It's actually really weird.
Yeah.
I didn't really didn't perceive myself getting like so overwhelmed with yeah, I'm just really happy.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah.
I'm so happy that you're happy that this car is what you wanted it to be.
Yeah.
And like this is, yeah, as I was building the car, I'm thinking, all right, I don't want to cut any corners. I want to make it right because I know what Damon wants to do with this car. But not only that, I know the journey that you've gone through to try to build something like this.
Dude, it's been frustrating.
Yeah.
Like to finally what the f wrong with me? What's wrong?
It's the tire rubber that got in your
Yeah,
eyes.
it's
Like,
the
same thing that happened to me last night,
love
right?
it.
It's like dirt.
God, the block's dirty. It's there's so much stuff in my eyes.
You cry, I'm gonna cry. I gotta like walk away.
Oh,
This car is.
I did not see that coming, man. Why are there so many cameras? No, man, I'm just really grateful. Like, I think sometimes people don't understand like what we go through behind the scenes to make all this stuff happen. And yeah, like this has been, all right, I need a break for a second.
All right.
Holy 12 years in the making.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes. Dude, it is.
What the f wrong with me?
Let it out.
Well, it's
Hold
like,
it in, just let it out.
it's like,
Everyone look away, let Dad Ugly cry for a sec.
all right, I'm back. I'm better. I'm good. I'm good. Hey, man, it's just really overwhelming. It's hard to put into words that, you know, I was inspired by Ken Block's video, right? And so it kind of just all hit me. Like, I'm here, the old Hoonigan building, 12 years later. Like, it's not been a year or two. 12 years later, a car that I literally built off, again, the inspiration of Ken's Gymkhana car, the Mustang. Top mount twin turbo, but on a supercar, my own version of that. It's taken 5 years to get to here, and many trials, tribulations, and failures, and lots of lost money. I'm not gonna go down all the road, but like, I know all that. I know all the pain, all the scar tissue, and it just all hit me at once that like, we did it. We f***ing did it. DD fam, we did it. I'm so grateful to Mike, Tim, Sean, Shane, everybody, the guys who let us use the dyno, Dave, my business partner, my wife for all the support and that I've put her through, because it's always like, trust me, babe, the wing's gonna be worth the views. Trust me, babe, the wheels that I'm buying for $10,000 are gonna make the car cool, which people will be attracted to, and it'll help build the channel. So shout out to my wife, who's actually at home right now with a lower back injury, recovering from that, with my mother-in-law visiting to help take care of Presley and the dogs. It's a lot to be here right now. I even missed a flight to get here yesterday. Yesterday was a mess. Anyhow, this moment, it's just all worth it. So let's fire this thing back up and let's just keep going. Let's take it up a notch. This thing moves really good. I'm just gonna slowly improve my skills, not overcomplicate anything, but let's just have some fun. That's what we're here for, right?
Right.
Helmet's going back on, firing this thing back up. Let's go, baby.
So happy for him and all of you guys. Like, this is really cool. I've only been here for a short amount of the time that you've been building it, but like just seeing all the work you've even put in like the last 4 months is crazy. And it's cool that I'm getting like the tail end of it and I just get to see the happy, yay, everyone's stoked. I'm like, this is awesome. But yeah, good job, guys. Like, I'm proud of all of you.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been a crazy project. Obviously, it's not 100% done yet, but the rest is the body work, the facade to make it look amazing, and that's in the works. But enough of that chat. Let's hear this thing roar.
for the record, the car Mike built, with, in fact, I'm gonna take some credit, with my bad idea in mind, the platform, is right now making me look like a better driver than I am. Because bro, this car has all the power you need at literally like 2,000 RPM. Holy how do I look? You got any critiquing? What do you got to tell me, bro?
Honestly, like, this is literally not just your first time really driving the car. The car is fresh. Like, there's so many things that we still have to dial in and make it perfect. So I think we're at about 85%, but there's another 15% left to really dial this thing in. And when that happens, man, it's already awesome.
How am I doing from a driving perspective?
Good. I mean, it looks like what you're doing is really trying different things and trying to see what the car reacts to.
Yeah.
And that's important because then you understand what the car is doing rather than just going like, I'm gonna grab third and send it and see what happens.
Not on the block, baby.
Not on the block. Yeah.
Too many surface changes.
Yep.
Too new of a car, too expensive of a car.
Yeah.
And I took tips from you that like this space, this parking lot, is really just best suited to keep it in first and second.
Yep. And also that's the gearing I put in the car. Yeah. So
that's got pretty tall first gear.
Yeah, it does.
Like you can run this corner in first.
Yep.
But it is kind of fun to put it in second.
It is. Yeah. Second, you get the wheel speed up a bit.
I'm just clutching it because I have to clutch it.
Yeah.
Which we haven't set it up for that. What do you call that when you don't have to clutch it? You just bang it.
Yeah, but that only works when the tires aren't really spinning. So there's load on the transmission if the tires are spinning, and it won't do a no lift shift cut. So,
no lift. That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah.
No lift shift.
So anyway, you want to use the clutch because that allows you to put down the right amount of power when you do the shift. Otherwise, you do that shift and it just goes full power, and it'll make the car just want to act like either spin.
Yeah.
So you want to use the clutch at all points, unless you're just down the straightaway banging gears.
This puppy's got a lot of power. You can tell it's got 1278 to the wheels.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's so responsive. It's not just the power, it's how the power band is. Like whenever you touch the throttle, it's ready to go.
Perfect day. I like, honestly, dude, like, I'm like jacked up right now.
Yeah.
Just gonna let it calm down, let my nerves calm down a little bit. You know, the problem is you get too excited, you get clouded in your brain, and that's when you can make a mistake. And there is no crash bars on the front of this. You do not want to hit that into anything. So today's gonna be a great day. The car's gonna drive perfectly. I'm gonna drive perfectly. By the way, how's that for a role reversal? Mike's actually doing the filming and I'm doing the driving. That's it, guys. DD's over now.
So I'm improving as a videographer. Damon's improving as a driver. You're just expanding our horizons. Hopefully one day I can hold the camera and film and get all those settings right like he does. It's gonna take a while though. He's got a lot of experience. Also got Tim, the other videographer today.
I'm filming.
Tim's got the long lens on there.
Yeah, I'm on the scaffolding.
Let's just give them a quick shout out because they deserve it big time. XComp Tires, thanks for shipping all the tires over. Mike, obviously as a pro drifter, has gone through tons of different tires, tire brands, compounds, and he was actually saying it's impressive that they provide the level of grip they do without completely destroying themselves. So shout out to XComp.
So consistent all the way through. You bolt them on, you do a burnout, you get a little heat in them, and then through the whole thing, super consistent. Really, really good for driving because you don't want that grip level to be changing and you to go into a corner thinking it has it and it doesn't. Also with Apex wheels,
Look at this.
like
the wheels, beautiful wheel, strong forged. This is the tire we're running. It's called the HP. Basically stands for high performance. The rear, remember, on this car is a 305, a big tire. I think we're gonna go through maybe one set of rears today, and that's pretty good because at the end of the day, tires are expensive. And even though XComp has sponsored us, it's not unlimited tires. Let's keep going.
let's go. good?
I'm okay?
Yeah.
This thing is fun.
It is.
I gotta get you in it, and you know what, you guys, I'm not hogging all the seat time. It's just, honestly, Mike actually needs to leave by 3 o'clock today, and for a really big reason, but I'm not gonna tell you until the end of the video. And for Mike, it's life-changing, and it's part of the reason why Mike's leaving DDE. So stick around, because you're gonna want to hear this. Mike's gonna get to drive it. He's gonna get plenty of seat time. There's a lot to do with this car that I can't do. I didn't build it. I don't understand the mechanics of it. I don't have the mechanical sympathy. As you saw from the first night I drove it, I broke this shit. So Mike's gonna get a lot of seat time. He'll dial it all in. He's gonna talk to you guys about all the technical stuff. And I'm just gonna be the guy that learns how to do the dumb shit. And then all I'm gonna do is like freak out and cry and tell you guys my emotions.
Yeah, so I've built so many cars and driven so many different types of cars that I can dial a car in really quickly. And obviously building everything on this car, I knew the formula that it would need for it to be really good right out of the box. So that's why we're here right now, and the car is running and driving really well. But I will jump in the car, and I'm not worried about that. This is Damon's car. This is his dream, and he's in it, and it's making me so happy to see the car driving, doing what it's supposed to do, doing what I built it to do, and him behind the wheel and his genuine reaction. It's amazing. I mean, if I don't ever drive the car, I'll be upset, but that's not gonna happen. I'm gonna drive it. But seeing him in the car right now, that's what's really important, and that's what's really special.
Yeah. And when Mike starts to drive this thing, we're gonna go through tires real quick. So I gotta place that order before Mike drives it. Mike's gonna.
I got a really heavy right foot.
You do. Well, you really know what you're doing. You also know how to do the whole like left foot slow down the car, but keep the wheel speed going. Which that's what creates a lot of smoke.
Yes. Yes. Exactly.
Well, let's just keep this party going, man.
Let's go.
How's the smoke look when I start doing donuts near you?
Yeah. Well, as you left here, especially with the sun, I couldn't even see the car. Like it kind of went off.
Really? Did I get some good smoke?
Yeah. Yeah.
I was
donuts
in
and
second
some
gear.
heat. Yep. It's awesome. Like you're in second gear doing donuts, and it's still so manageable. It doesn't bog at all.
No. Whatever you guys did to fix it from that first night, it drives night and day.
Yeah.
It's so much more manageable. How's it sound on the outside? Because in here, dude, it is bananas.
Yeah, it is insane. So you guys heard the dyno video, you've heard us rev it, everything. It's always on camera, it's always on the microphone, but still, even being there, it sounds different out here, outside, on the block, in the open air. It sounds insane. Like I was saying before, it sounded like a motorcycle. It doesn't sound like a motorcycle. It sounds like nothing I've ever heard before. It is so unique and so crisp.
It's free-flowing.
Yeah.
Like it is like the way it revs, and there is, like, dude, there is no turbo lag.
Nothing.
It does not exist.
Yes.
I never thought I'd actually say that.
You can't even tell.
Turbo lag doesn't, you would think this is a 1200 wheel horsepower and a V12.
Yes.
All right, let's fire it up.
All right, let's go. All right, jumper pack, Tim. It's him.
Okay.
And that's where the battery issue comes into play.
Yes, exactly.
It actually breaks my heart Mike has to leave. Because I will not, I shouldn't say that. I will talk to Mike about whether or not I should drive this car without him here. It seems like it's acting okay. So, but it's kind of nice to have his supervision because he can see things that might be a tell to me doing something wrong.
It's all good. It's just the catch tank breather.
Oh, from that turbo? Throw Mike in here. We're just gonna do a couple of donuts.
Yes.
Good?
Good.
Oh.
Feel that rumble.
It's still in first gear.
All that stuff that just takes
Turn it back on to cool it off.
Yeah, you can fire it back up.
Tim, jumper cable.
Yeah, we got to do something about that battery.
All right.
Oh, you guys. What an amazing day. Filled with emotions. You know what? This is if there's ever been a milestone at Daily Driven Exotics, and there's been many, this is the biggest one, hands down, by far. And I am so grateful to you guys as well. Good to go?
Yep, fire.
This guy deserves a hug.
It's awesome,
Remember
man.
I was telling you that we have a big announcement for Mike? Well, I don't need to tell him. Tell him what you did.
Well, I'm going to the Caribbean to go check out a boat, and if everything goes well, we're gonna buy that thing. And so far so good. It looks like we're gonna make the purchase, so might be a big boat owner real soon.
We're both making the dreams come true. I was always told, you want to be successful in life? Build a big enough dream that other people's dreams fit with your dream.
Yes.
And together, you both achieve what you want. Mike's gonna get his boat, I got my car, And the big news is Mike coming back or is Mike sailing off into the sunset? You're gonna have to wait till the next video to find out, but for now, Mike's gonna take off for a couple of weeks with his family. I'm gonna go check out a boat. You didn't really think I wasn't gonna let the guy who built my dream car drive it? Of course I was. Send it.